Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fractal Bitcoin. Welcome to today's Bitcoin news video. I'm Chris, and this show's about Bitcoin, but it's also about you. It's mostly about you and your future and your family's future and your prosperity going into the future and avoiding this authoritarian nightmare with fiat that's happening right now. So let's get right to the Bitcoin price. Today, we are coming down a bit. Right now, we're right about 69,000 even. We came as low as 68,298. But yeah, I mean, as long as we don't go lower than 66,000, I think we're good. If we go lower than that, we might come back down a little further. It's not a big deal. I mean, we could go sideways for 4 or 5 months, and it wouldn't be odd at all. But look how strong Bitcoin looks. We've come up against this level here, like just under 72,000. We've hit that look 4 times. Once here, once here, once here, and once here. So, I mean, come on. It's only a matter of time before we break through that and we enter the blue ocean. All right, let's get into some more news. Yeah, the Bitcoin mempool has gone mental. Apparently the fees, the on-chain fees are astronomical right now. Around 511 sats per VByte. I think cheap is like 10 sats per VByte. So this is like, I think it's insane. And I think, yeah. So I asked Twitter, by the way, this is Perplexity. Perplexity.ai. It's a search engine with AI. And I asked it, is this Twitter post correct regarding the reason for today's high Bitcoin fees? And the tweet was, apparently someone at OKX has made a ghastly mistake and his consolidations are competing with each other on fees to get included in the block. And so, yeah, the answer is, based on the provided search results, the Twitter post from Bitcoin News appears to be correct in attributing the recent spike in Bitcoin transaction fees to an issue at the OKX cryptocurrency exchange. And according to this article, OKX has acknowledged that it was testing a new, quote, collection program, end quote, on the Bitcoin network, which led to the average transaction fee soaring to over $50 per transfer. Anyway, somebody was trying to either consolidate some UTXOs or do some sort of, moving some Bitcoin around. And because of that, the competition to get into the blocks got high. The fees went high. So it happens from time to time. If you know anything more about this, please comment because, I'm not a technical guy, so I don't know exactly what all this means. But just in, Bitcoin ETFs bought $1.8 billion of Bitcoin in the last 4 days. A strong day today will make it a $2 billion week. Let's go. So yeah, these are the ETFs, obviously. And yeah, it's been an amazing week. And this is signaling more upside, right? I mean, if the ETFs were just some sort of flash in the pan that no one cared about, it would have dwindled by now. But now it's resurging, and we're still, I mean, mass adoption is not even close. We can't even see it. We haven't even gotten the normies involved yet. We're still so early. In terms of adoption, Semler Scientific announces additional Bitcoin purchases. Yeah, so this is one company, but there are many companies now. They're taking some of the cash off their balance sheet or taking some of the cash out of their coffers and investing in Bitcoin, for long-term investing. It's brilliant. It's really brilliant. A lot of companies are doing it. And here's a quote about just the awesomeness of Bitcoin from Bitcoin Sapiens. Actually, the quote is from this person, Astropin, who I just started following today. But quote is, something like Bitcoin could only happen once. It solved digital scarcity. You can fork Bitcoin, but you'll never capture its network. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. The code, all the code is open source and public. You could take all the code from Bitcoin. I'm talking to you today could take it and create your own Bitcoin. Change the name, call it something else. You could create your own. It'd be the same exact thing. But the entire network isn't going to come with you. You're going to be over there with your own little coin doing whatever you want to do. You could mine all of it yourself. But, so the network is what's important. And the fact that the Bitcoin network has gotten this large it really is, it can only happen once. It's really amazing. Anyway. All right, here's a little excerpt here from a conference here where Jack Mallers and Jeff Booth were giving a heartwarming talk on how Bitcoin is a pure humanity technology. And the clip isn't long, but I'm just gonna. This is a good quote here from it. Being bullish Bitcoin is being bullish humanity, being bullish the future, placing a premium on tomorrow. And that's why I think it will prevail, because if it doesn't, then I don't think humanity will prevail. That's Jack Mallers. So yeah, I mean, this is the beauty of Bitcoin. It brings back sound money. It eliminates all the corruption and the scams of fiat currency. It takes the money away from government. Hallelujah. I mean, Bitcoin, yeah, okay. Here's an article from Marty Bent. Stop the game, opt out with Bitcoin. And he actually goes on to discuss all this GameStop stuff that's happening. Because Roaring Kitty, is it in my next slide? No. I didn't want to really cover it. Wait, do I cover it later? Anyway, the whole GameStop thing, this guy Roaring Kitty said he was going to stream for the first time in like 2 years. And he had like 650,000 people on a live stream. And I guess he was the one involved back in 2021 when GameStop went nuts and, basically Wall Street shut it down, shut the trading down. Yeah, so this article talks a bunch about that. And look, and in general, again, you could see the title of this article, Stop the Game, Opt Out with Bitcoin. So this GameStop stuff and Wall Street stuff, let's put it in perspective. It's just a game. It's just insiders and people. They're betting. They're gambling. It's basically like gambling. People are trying to scam other people. They're printing more money. These insiders, they get more money than you, and they devalue your money. It's a complete scam. Bitcoin is the only thing that's not a complete scam. That's it. Should I end the stream there? Yeah. So subscribe if you're thinking about it, and let's get into. I think I have one story. Fiat government nonsense for context, because Bitcoin solves these issues. And here's Max Kaiser saying, yeah, as predicted back in January, no rate cuts in 2024 or 2025. Now, the Fed the Fed has been saying there's going to be 3 cuts this year. They said this earlier this year, and now they're pushing off the cuts. Well, here's what it says. Citi changes first Fed rate cut forecast to September from July. So now they pushed it to July like a few months ago. Now they're people are thinking it might be September. Max Kaiser here is saying it's not going to happen this year or next year. The inflation genie is out of the bottle. Yeah, and the 10-year going to 12%. I have no idea what that means. But yeah, this means that the economy is still screwed in terms of fiat. And there's really nothing they can do to fix it. Because if they cut rates, that's bad in one way. And if they don't cut rates, that's bad in another way. Either way, it's bad. That's the Chris breakdown of of rate cuts, which I don't know anything about. But Max does. So, and here's an accurate take. I thought you'd like to hear this. Paloma writes, if you want to see how divided the world is, scroll Twitter. If you want to know what boomers are up to, scroll Facebook. If you want to see how lost society is, scroll TikTok and Instagram. If you want to know what the future looks like, scroll Nostr. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Nostr is so good. And Nostr is even earlier than Bitcoin. Think about that. Think about Bitcoin in like 2011. That's Nostr right now. Like no one knows about it, but it's the foundation for a wonderful protocol. again, that takes the power out of the corporations and these centralized, platforms. Yeah, it's beautiful. Here's a great Thomas Sowell quote, right? The scariest thing about politics today is not any particular policy or leaders, but the utter gullibility with which the public accepts notions for which there is not a speck of evidence, such as the benefits of diversity, the dangers of overpopulation, and innumerable other fashionable dogmas. Very well said, right? These are fashionable dogmas. They're not backed up with any data at all. It's just people whining and bitching, and then you have the Bill Gateses of the world talking about overpopulation because they want to kill you. They want to kill you and millions of other people. What do you think that thing was a few years ago? Remember when a bunch of people got the thing and, the thing. Anyway, thank you, Thomas Sowell. Yeah, and this is the GameStop. Roaring Kitty is live. Well, he was live earlier today, and 638,000 people are watching him live stream. This is him. He was watching the GameStop chart. And I actually watched probably half of it. I think it was about an hour or a little less than an hour. And I watched like the first half just because for me, it's earlier in the day and I was like eating my breakfast watching. But I don't know. He's some dude. He's like a trader, whatever. Anyway, the whole thing about GameStop, though, is these independent people and traders are somehow manipulating or just coming together to influence the GameStop stock price. And they can pump the price or crash the price. I don't know if they can do it at will, but basically they pump the price at times when there's a lot of shorts. And because Wall Street is shorting GameStop. And so these independent guys pump it up. And so they liquidate those shorts. And every time they do it, it costs these Wall Street guys like $5 billion, $3 billion. They lose $5 billion, $3 billion. It's great. It's like sticking it to the man, which is good. But again, it's kind of, again, Bitcoin is the way. This is just games. This is fun and games, I guess. Now, this is some news. I have no idea what this is, but breaking. Elon Musk's X to launch video-only feed to compete with TikTok and YouTube. And this makes sense because, publishing video to Twitter or X is fine, but the videos get mixed in with the regular X app, and it just, it has everything in there, and it all gets jumbled together. So making a video-only feed or something where it's like videos only, that's pretty cool, and it probably wouldn't even be that hard to do, I guess. But of course, Noster's way better than X. But yeah, and look at the size of this Flemish giant rabbit. Look at this guy. That's a big rabbit. How much does that weigh? I say like 30 pounds, right? 30 pounds? Yeah, so then here's some memes. By the way, FrogFriend17 on Noster, an absolute meme lord. Oh, please follow FrogFriend17, a meme lord of the highest caliber. And here he puts this one up. I really think it's time to take warning labels off everything and let stupidity work itself out. I mean, come on, it's funny. All right, here's another one from Frog Friend. So everything they said was misinformation and every measure they took was anti-science? Welcome to the party, pal. Right? When you start to realize this, your world opens up, and it's very scary in a way. Because once you start to see through all this stuff, that it's all BS. It's all propaganda. All of it. It's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's empowering because more people are waking up. I mean, part of the reason I'm doing this channel right here is to wake people up to this. This is bigger. This is bigger than even Bitcoin. The propaganda and the brainwashing is bigger than Bitcoin because if everyone's brainwashed, then no one's going to use Bitcoin. They're just going to, bow down to the fiat lords and use fiat. So yes, we have to adopt Bitcoin. Bitcoin solves almost everything. At the same time, we're all waking up, or many people are waking up. More and more people are waking up. This is what we need, is to wake up in terms of propaganda, because then we see through everything, and then the day will come when we can tell these giant governments and structures, and governmental structures, which are really just cartels, we can say, no more, we're done. And then we just do what we have to do, dismantle it, whatever. Anyway, this is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Click this link on the very top, join our locals community. And here it is, our locals. I post some exclusive videos over here, short ones, little updates, little personal updates. So come join us on locals. This is the place, I wanted to build a community somewhere, and so far this is the best place to do it. Once there is an app on Nostr that is more reliable, and also once more people get on Nostr, then I want to have a group on Nostr, because that's the place to do everything, right? Nostr's the future in so many ways. But until we get ramped up enough, this is our community. So I appreciate you watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. Follow the channel, like the video. Thanks to all you absolute savages in the comments supporting me. I really appreciate it. I feel the love. I give it right back. So all the best to you, your family. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. Take the time off. Even if you just veg out on the couch, take the time off. Relax. You need the break. Weekends are for the break. So, all right. And I'll see you Monday for another video. Have a great weekend. All right.